When we take a photograph of an apple, the camera records the light that bounced off the apple and went to the camera's lens. But this only records a single perspective of the apple. That's why photographs look flat. If we want to do a little bit better, we could take two photographs next to each other and then send one of those images to one of your eyes and the other image to the other eye. This is how 3D movies work, and it gives them depth. But it still has a problem. You can't turn your head and get more perspectives on the apple. We can do better than this. Light is a wave. It's like a water wave, only water waves are made of water, and light waves are made of electric and magnetic fields. We can deflect a light wave by passing it through a diffraction grating. The finer the grating, the more the light wave is deflected. And we can combine a bunch of these diffraction gratings in order to shape a light wave however we want it to be shaped. That's exactly what a hologram is. It's a combination, a superposition of diffraction gratings that are designed to reconstruct the original light wave that bounced off of the apple. But how do we make this hologram? Well, the way to make the hologram is to take the light that's bouncing off the apple and mix it with a laser beam. Then they'll form an interference pattern, similar to when you drop two pebbles into a pond. The waves spread out, and when they meet each other, they form sort of a crosshatch pattern. We're going to take this crosshatch pattern, this light interference pattern, and we're going to put it in some photographic chemicals that will record it. That's how we make the hologram. Common examples of holograms include credit card security images and novelty items, but the word hologram is commonly misused to describe other things, such as lenticular images and Pepper's Ghost. There's a lot of exciting research done on holograms. A really tricky but cool problem is to make a moving hologram that would be useful for displays like TVs and computer displays. Could also be useful for medicine if, for example, the doctor would be able to see a moving 3D image of your heart. It would help him or her diagnose you. Someday, we may even be able to tell Obi-Wan Kenobi that he's our only hope.
So, what exactly is a hologram anyway? When you take a picture with a normal camera, you're really just recording a single splash of light across a two-dimensional surface, like film. But a holographic camera, well, that uses a laser beam splitter to split into two beams of light. You've got one that's just a clean reference signal, and another one that you run over a three-dimensional object. So you can measure all those nooks and crannies and create a light map of that object. So, could we ever get to that freestanding hologram? Imagine that you are a telesurgeon. You've got a hologram of the patient in front of you. The actual patient is 100 miles away. You want that to be as accurate and seamless as if you were actually in the room with a blade in your hand. Or imagine how much easier your world would be if we could actually build the holographic interfaces you've seen in movies like Iron Man, where you move the data around, it comes to you. You're no longer playing in this two-dimensional space, it's playing in your world. Holography might even restore sight to the blind. You might be able to use a combination of gene therapy and special glasses that actually beam holograms back to your eyes to restore your vision. And of course, holograms will play a big part in one of my favorite subjects of all time, space travel. We can already simulate the elements of space travel using something like the Cave 2, which is at the University of Illinois in Chicago. They've even taken footage from the Mars landings, and they can give you a full three-dimensional simulation of walking around on Mars. And in the far future, Mars colonists might get a little homesick, so then they just go ahead and jump into Cave 3. Visit Sweet Home Chicago.